Oh, so we good?
Yeah.
Come. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We're going to begin by giving our praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ba'achak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, and salutations to sincere brothers pushing the truth and all true sincerity throughout the full corners of the earth, least. And also shalom to few sisters that listen and believe as well. And once again, double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone, which teaches this truth. All right. Shalom to you all, brothers and sisters as well. We're the brothers from Great North on Miami Camp. I'm the brother Warren with me.
The brother of Shapar.
And we come back with another lesson through the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And in this lesson, what we're going to be going into is counsel. And this is another episode of the series, A Message for His Young Brothers. I believe this is episode either 92 or 93, something like that. Let me double check right quick. Bear me a second, brothers. We're getting trouble on point. This is 94. All right, come. This is 94. And the title of this episode is going to be Counsel, man. Counsel. I'm going to bring out some scriptures about counsel and how counsel is important. It's important to take counsel. It's important to listen to counsel. All right. It's important not to, reject counsel and, what can I say, man? Ignore counsel. It's important not to do those things. It's important to actually listen, to heed the counsel. All right. The Lord could be speaking to you through a man that's giving you the counsel. All right. It could be the head of your camp. It could be the apostles giving an order. All right. It could be a man over you. It could be a man under you in the ranking. It's important to listen to counsel. It's important to listen when brothers are speaking because it could be the Spirit speaking to you. And if you don't take heed or listen to the Spirit, when the Spirit's speaking to you, it can be problems. All right. And what are some problems that can take place, man? All right. While you're not taking heed to counsel, you can harm yourself. All right. You can bring blame to the ministry. You can get yourself in trouble in the ministry, which can lead you to being suspended, getting kicked out. Now you can't be around brothers. And the most fearful thing of them all, and the most scariest thing is you're not taking heed to counsel in the Spirit speaking. The Lord can take the Holy Spirit away from you. Because the scriptures do say obedience is better than sacrifice. All right? The scriptures say obey those that have the rule over you, and so on and so forth. The scriptures say to listen to your spiritual fathers. Do those things. You doing those things, that's you putting on as the elect, because that's the things that the elect would be doing. That's you moving in the spirit and not in the flesh. All right? By you doing these different things. All right? Once again, counsel is very important, and it is truth, brothers. Younger brothers coming into this truth. When you hear different men say different things, all right, and they telling you how to move like this, move like that, take heed to the counsel, man. Because the men that are speaking to you, 9 times out of 10, 10 out of 10, they're speaking from experience. They had to go through something, and the Lord delivered them. Now they're giving you counsel, so you don't need to go through. So you won't have to suffer like they did. All right. So you got counsel like that. You got counsel when you may have a question on a thing. It's important to seek counsel when you're not too sure about something. It's important to seek counsel because where there's the scriptures also say what you're going to bring out, Lord willing. And if you don't bring it out, I'm gonna quote it. The scriptures say that where there is counselors, there is safety, man. So counsel, once again, is important, man. It's very important. Look at men in the scriptures that didn't listen to the counsel and listen to the Spirit of the Lord. Look at King Saul as an example. Look at King Saul. He didn't listen to the Spirit. He didn't listen to the counsel of the Lord. Therefore, the Lord rejected him to the point that it got so bad. What ended up happening to King Saul? He ended up what's the word, man? The Lord took the Spirit away from him. And King Saul was one that was with the prophets. The Lord took the Spirit away from him. All right? And he started bugging out, talking to the Spirit. all types of things. So, yeah, man, it's important to take heed. Even King David seen it, and King David had to say to the Lord in a prayer, Lord, take not that Holy Spirit away from me. Showing you what the importance and how serious counsel is. And listening to counsel is, man. You know, I'm not going to continue to keep ranting. You know, we just going to get into the scriptures and Lord, one of the lessons be edifying. And we just going to go from there, man. Once again, Lord, one of the edifying. I'm going to start it off. I'm going to read this in Proverbs chapter 12, verse 15. It says, the way of a man is right in his own. The way of a fool, Salakia, is right in his own eyes. But he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise, right? So the way of a fool is right in his own eyes. A fool think what he doing is on point. He think he don't need nobody. He think what he doing is on point. Nobody can't tell him shit. Okay? But he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. Someone that's willing to listen, someone that's willing to hearken, someone that's willing to take heed, that shows a strong and a great amount of wisdom, you know, because we're not perfect. We're not perfect. We don't know everything. It's brothers that know more than you. It's brothers that know more than you. It's men that have been in the truth. Men that have been in this truth, men that have been on this earth longer than you, that have more experience. It's men that have been in this truth less years than you and are younger than you, and they may know certain things more than you. So it's very important to listen to counsel and have no respect of persons. You know, be willing to listen. You know, the Spirit's dealing with you. You're going to listen either way, whether it's someone in a high-end rank or a lower rank of you. You're going to take heed. You're going to listen to the counsel and you're going to apply it to your life. And by you doing that, you're pleasing the Lord. All right? You're pleasing the Lord. You're one that's walking in a broken and contrite spirit. You're humble. Okay? You're humble. You're taking heed. That's good, man. You're moving like one that is wise and not like a fool. A fool ain't gonna take heed to no counsel. He ain't gonna listen to bros. He ain't gonna listen to bros. He not gonna listen. He not even gonna peep when the Spirit is speaking to him. Cause he's full of pride. He thinks that he knows everything. He thinks that he doesn't need anybody. You gotta stay away and avoid people like that. You know, because that's a red flag. A man that never listens to counsel, every time counsel's being brought out, he's not taking heed, he's not listening. He just, you know, he just got that cunt demon. Cunt. You know, sometimes brothers be having that that cunt demon on them. Cunt. What the scripture say? They're close to me with their lips, but far from me with their hearts, man. Got individuals, you know, trying to please men, but behind closed doors, they're not even taking heed to the counsel. They being complete demons. They're doing the same shit that was being told not to do. They're doing the same shit that was being told. They're doing the same shit that was being told to them to not do and to stay away from, and they still doing it. When they hit the brother, like, men like that don't usually last. Men like that usually get exposed, and the Lord just pick their asses out.
Yep.
You know?
All the ones,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, all the ones, they tell you call a couple times and just go mute. And you got to be like, brother, you still there?
Right. Because now he ignoring you and shit. He thinks in his mind, I ain't do nothing wrong, whatever, bro. I'm gonna let this nigga speak. You gotta watch out for men like that. And you younger brothers we can't be like that. Alright? There's certain brothers, you know, there's brothers that are gonna come into his truth, you know, these brothers, young brothers probably coming in 18, 20, in your early 20s, mid 20s, early 30s, mid 30s. Some of you young brothers coming in probably in your 50s, your 40s, your 50s. You think you know it all. Well, no, it is truth. The Lord tells you, man, when you come into this truth, basically to throw everything you learned in this world away out your mind and be reborn, man. Be ready to learn again. And a part of learning again and getting understanding, a part of learning again in this truth and getting understanding this truth and growing in this truth, one of the things that you're gonna need to apply and do is seek counsel and receive counsel when it's being given to you, man. Okay? I'm gonna grab the next precept.
I
The
read
book
it.
of Proverbs. You read it?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5. It says, trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not unto thy own understanding. It says, in all thy ways acknowledge him and he shall direct thy paths.
That's right. And the reason why we're bringing this out, it's to back up the first scripture where it goes into the way of a fool. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes. But we read it here, it's saying to trust in the Lord. That's what it really goes back to. Trust in the Lord, trust in the Lord's counsel that he may, trust in the Lord's counsel that he's giving you to use another man. Trust in the Lord and lean not into your own understanding. Because a lot of people be thinking that, okay, they know it all. They're going to do their own thing. We're going to do this, that, and third instead of listening to what brothers got to say. They want to do their own thing. And the Lord ends up fucking them up, showing them that they're stupid. And we done seen that. I done seen that. Me and the brother I done seen it. I done seen it. The elders done seen it. Brothers done seen it. It will be individuals that will come around. You talking to the individual, trying to help the individual out. Then boom, that individual don't take heed. The Lord end up exposing. The Lord end up fucking them up so bad. All you can do is just, shrug your shoulders like, bro, we told you. Now the situation that got so bad. Now there's a possibility. The situation that got so bad. Now the whole camp know about it. We tried to counsel you. The scriptures talk about one brother, then you get two brothers and three brothers, then you go to the church. There's an order with things, right? When you read the book of Matthew and the gospel, Yahushua explained it. Where you got individuals, which I done seen it. They'll come, have one brother try to deal with them, then two, three brothers try to deal with them, give them counsel, everything. He ain't listening to the point that he's not listening now. The thing that blew up is no longer under the blanket, so to speak. It done blew up. Now everybody know. Now the council's going on. You still not taking it. Now it's goodbye, buddy. You don't want to take it to the spirit. Goodbye. Now the individual is X'd out. Now they back into the world. Now they got more spirits on. All because you didn't want to take heed to counsel, man. Counsel is very important, man. It's very important. I'm gonna keep stressing that within this lesson, man. Counsel is very important. You're not too bad. You're not too bold. You're not too righteous to deny counsel, man. Listen to what the Spirit is speaking, and the Lord uses men. It's like we go out in the houses and byways, and we be telling our people, "Hey, the Lord ain't gonna fucking come off His throne and come talk to you." Well, the Lord ain't gonna do it for us either. So He used men. He used the men around us. And if you in the spirit, you're gonna be able to peep and you're gonna take heed. But if you're not in the spirit and you got pride, okay, you one that walketh after the flesh, you're not gonna peep, and eventually the Lord is going to destroy you. Which that leads to the next scripture. In the next scripture, that Proverbs chapter 14, verse 12, it says, this is Proverbs 14 and 12. There's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So there's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is to death. Now you think you on point. You think you that guy. But the whole time the Lord's giving you enough rope to hang yourself.
Yep.
That's why it's scary, bro. That's why it's scary, man. Going back to that Proverbs 3 and 6, it says, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. So acknowledge, okay, the Lord's speaking. Let me acknowledge it. Let me take heed. And the Lord will direct your path. Everything will be Gucci. You know how much times brothers that gave us counsel? I can speak. The brother who I can speak to. Brothers that gave us counsel, right? And boom. We took heed. We didn't buck up. We took heed and we went about it. You know how the Lord done blessed us? We were able to avoid certain things. Okay? Things happening to us. Bringing blame to the ministry. Certain situations could have brought blame to the ministry. But brothers say, hey, brother, nah, don't do that. Because he didn't buck up or anything. The Lord always blessed. The Lord, and he always blessed, and the Lord always showed at the end of the day, now it makes sense why brother said X, Y, and Z. It was the Spirit speaking. You know, the Lord gonna reveal it to you if you're willing to accept it. You know, you're not bucking up, you're not getting your feelings. And yeah, brother might give you some counsel, and you're like, you know, like damn, but you still take heed. You don't let your feelings get in the way. You say fuck your feelings, and you go about your business. You do what you got to do through the Spirit. The Lord will bless you. He will bless you, man. All right, you got to acknowledge the Lord and acknowledge when He's speaking to you. And by you doing that, He gonna direct your path, and you gonna be a-okay.
That's right.
He's gonna increase you in the Spirit. You're gonna have more wisdom. Now you're gonna be able to give counsel when others need counsel. Cause you don't got the counsel. He took counsel, and you seen the good that came from the counsel, man. Now when a brother comes, you don't need to run to that elder that gave you the counsel, or that brother that gave you the counsel. Hey, this brother came about some counsel. What do I do? You got the information yourself. Each one teach one. Now the body growing. Now everybody evolving, increasing. It's a beautiful thing, man. You know?
That's right. Huh?
You go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to add on too. You know, that Proverbs
Yeah.
14:12 where it says, "There's a way which seemeth right unto man, but the end thereof are the ways of death." You know, sometimes, you know, you'll think that you're handling a situation the right way. You will think that you're going about the right way until you explain to a brother, and a brother has to let you know, like, nah, you doing that's wrong. Don't do that, or you should
Right.
be moving that way. And
Right.
it happens. I'll be a liar if I said that hasn't happened to me. I'll be a hypocrite.
I'll be alive too.
You know,
I'll be alive too.
things like that happen. That's why, you know, was I thought you quoted it already. You know, where there's counsel, there's safety.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Lord has these men that He set up. You know, and they have that experience. You know, take heed to those men. The Lord set them up for a reason. The Lord had them go through trials and tribulations. So when it's time for us to go through trials and tribulations, they can guide us.
Yep. That's just what it is. Like, and it's beautiful. Brother said that, man. And I was thinking about it earlier in the lesson. I'm gonna bring it out. Look at Jeroboam and Rehoboam. Rehoboam, King Solomon's son, the elders was trying to give him counsel, and guess what? He rather go listen to his friends, his white end friends, and guess what? It's no good that came from that. All right. It was no good that came from that. From here, from there, dealing with Rehoboam and Jeroboam, he had to split everything, man. Rehoboam ain't listen to the elders. You know, he ain't take heed. Rehoboam's grandfather, King David, he took heed to counsel. His grandfather, he took heed. King David was one that took heed, and he was the king. Prophets will rebuke him. Didn't Nathan rebuke him? Didn't Gad rebuke him? He could have been like, man, I'm a fucking king. Get the fuck out of here, man. I ain't listen to no fucking counsel from y'all. No, he took it. He humbled himself. And the Lord always blessed King David, bro. He always blessed him. You know? That's how we gotta be. You know? King David was one after the Lord's heart. He took heed to the counsel of the Lord. That's why in the scriptures he talks about the sure mercies of David. The Lord showed David mercy because he loved him. And one of the things that the Lord loved about King David was he always listened to the rebuke and he always listened to the counsel, bro. He took heed. He ain't buck up. And that's how we gotta be. He's an example. You know? One of the examples out of many. Alright? Yeah, okay, if you don't got nothing else to say, cause you got that Hebrews 13 and 17 book shot. And it's beautiful, cause like you said, you know, listen to those men that been around, you know. Listen to those men that are in those positions, higher positions that give you the counsel. Don't be stiff-necked. Don't be hard-hearted, man. You know? You got it up.
Con, it's the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 17. It says, "Obey them that have rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not grief, for that is unprofitable for you.
Right. So obey them that have the rule over you. And that goes for the apostles, the elders, our spiritual fathers. And that even goes for the men, the heads of your camp, the bishops, the deacons, the third in command, the fourth in command, these different, officers that's been around. They're watching over for your soul, young brother. They're watching for your soul, so obey them. They have the rule over you and submit yourself. But they watch for your souls as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, but that is impossible for you. You don't want these individuals that's watching for your soul. You don't want it to be grievous. You don't want it to feel grievous to them because your ass don't want to fucking listen to counsel. You don't want to listen. Now you're being grief. Now it's like, oh man, we gotta go talk to this brother. It's always a hard time dealing with this nigga. Got men fucking, got brothers fighting demons in their mind. Brothers don't show mercy. You're not seeking counsel after a few times. Eventually the spirit gonna say, done with this nigga. But before the spirit say, done with this nigga, brothers showing mercy. Because brothers love you. And it gets so bad, it's like, alright, bro, fuck this shit, bro. Done with this nigga. But previous to you getting kicked out of brothers saying they done with you, look, you was causing grief. To the point you caused the grief, to the point the grief got so bad, the Lord had to intervene. And just literally put a spell on brothers. Now, shit done with. Or I had to go past brothers. Sometimes we just go past brothers. Go past a certain level. Now it's like, okay, more individuals involved, more men involved. Yeah, this guy out of here, man. Niggas causing too much trouble. This nigga causing too much fucking grief in the spirit. This a nigga. I don't see that firsthand. I had to do it. Showing mercy and long suffering and dealing with individuals. The Lord said, man, done with them after a certain point. I learned from my heads, man. Bishop Lawyer, Bishop Shamar in the Miami camp, hearing stories. They giving me counsel about how they was long suffering individuals. And now I see how they rock, man. Shit, when niggas can't get it, man, fuck him, bro. Cold-hearted, but in righteousness. We don't got time to be playing with Jake. We don't got time to be playing with Jake. We at war, man. If you can't take heed to the counsel so it can save your life and so you can have life, all right, go ahead and run into your suicide. Which a lot of individuals be doing that. They get kicked out. Now they bugged out. Now they talking shit about brothers. You brought that upon yourself. You wanted to trust in your own counsel. You wanted to go after your own ways. Now you in the position that you in. Now you got 7 more spirits that's stronger than before. You got more spirits on you than before. And these spirits strong. Now you back in the world, you smoking weed, you dyeing your hair.
Yeah, dread.
You get dreads. You taking Momo pictures, like weird poses and shit. Now you undercover Momo. Lord, that spirit, man. And you have a counsel in the scriptures. Look at King Saul. The Lord literally stripped the spirit from him to the point he was going to, in the same chapter where he would go talk to King Saul, when he called Samuel from his sleep. Samuel was dead. He went to a witch. That same chapter, before he went to the witch, he literally made a decree. He made a decree, or he took all the witches out of the land. Then right after to go deal with the witch, because the Lord buzzed them out, because he didn't listen to the Lord. Lord said, kill all the Amalekites, even their cattle, everything. He didn't listen. He sinned against the Lord, and the Lord brought a judgment upon him, man. Scary shit. But some real shit. Hey, man. I'll read the next one. 1 Peter 2:17. Honor all men. Love the brotherhood. Fear the Most High. Honor the king. And the point is honor all men and love the brotherhood. Fear the Lord. The whole thing is, the whole verse is on point and it's perfect to the T. But the point that I want to really focus on is honor all men. Honor the men around you. Honor those that are above you and underneath you in ranking. Honor them. Respect them. Respect what they got to say. Love the brotherhood. And if you love the brotherhood, if a brother's speaking to you, you're going to take heed because you love him.
That's right.
All right? You're going to take heed. You're going to receive it. Fear the Most High. And if you fear the Lord, you're going to listen to the brother because you're going to understand, okay, this is the Lord. It could be the Lord speaking through this man. You know? It could be, at this time, and the reason why I say it could be the Lord speaking through this man, because sometimes it could be, it's always the Lord at the end of the day. The Lord always, this is his movie. We just vessels with his spirit in us. It's always the Lord. But it's certain situations where the Lord puts you in where, alright, boom, this man tells you this, but it's like, he ain't giving you the counsel, ain't the best counsel, but the Lord like, okay, let me see what you're gonna do. You know? What you're doing could be perfectly fine. It could be no offense to the Lord, no offense to the Spirit. But Lord like, nah, I wanna see if you're gonna take heed. You take heed, and later on down the line, the Lord revealed to you that, okay, what you were doing wasn't off. But the Lord just wanted you the Lord just want to see what you're gonna do in this situation. You know? Scripture talk about suffer wrongfully. So it's how you gotta suffer wrongfully too. You ain't do nothing. The brother tell you, hey man, do this, do that. Like damn, I ain't even do that wrong. Okay, I'm gonna receive it. I'm gonna take heed to the counsel. The Lord loves stuff like that. He's nigh unto that spirit. Because that's a broken and contrite spirit. The Lord loves that. The Lord blesses individuals with that spirit. He increases individuals with that spirit. Huh? That's a spirit that we have to be in. And that's also us showing our fear, our reverence, our respect to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai by doing that. Being in that spirit. Being under that vibration. Okay? Which we quoted, I'm going to bring it out, and you can break it down with why. Proverbs 11 and 14. Where no counsel is, the people fall. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety.
That's right. Where there's no counsel, the people fall. Now, you having counsel, that's you going to the Lord for help. That's you going to the Lord for guidance. Where there's no counsel, the people fall. That's just you by yourself. There's room to make mistakes. You haven't experienced anything, but the men that the Lord has around you, they experience certain things. They experience certain situations. So when you come with a certain situation, like the brother War likes to tell me, certain situations that we go through is not just for ourselves. It's for the people that's coming.
Right.
For the men that's coming. Now you go into the counselors, that have experience and been through certain things that you've been through. It's safety. Hey, Ark, I've been through this situation before. This is what you got to do to get through it. Hey, Ark, hey, I was in this situation. I did this before, but I did this, and this helped my situation become better. That's where the safety is.
Right.
That's why it's important to have counsel. I'm not saying every little thing you got to have counsel, though. But it's important to have counsel. You're not gonna call brothers, hey brother, should I eat this cereal?
Right, or
Cereal.
hey brother, can I brush my teeth on the Sabbath? Like, come on, It's certain things that, it's certain things like, hey, brothers be sincere, but it's like certain things like, come on, Jake. You gotta hit Jake with one of those, like, come on, Jake. Yeah, man.
And I did want to add on a point too for that when that First Peter 2:7 when it says honor all men, and I like how you said, hey, it could be a young brother that come up to you and tell you something. It's no respect of persons in this truth.
Right.
Honor all men. The Lord could have a young brother come up and speak to you just to see, are you going to take heed or are you not going to listen because this is a young brother?
The Lord does that. The Lord really does that because, as you say, don't despise a man in his youth. They didn't want to listen to Jeremiah because he was young. He was young and they didn't want to listen to him. You know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. The Lord does that, man. The Lord will do something like that to test a man. The
Yep.
Lord will do that. That's why, you know, another thing too, like I mentioned, a young brother may be coming in, you 50, 40 years old, you're a young brother. The Lord might use someone that came into His truth after you, another young brother to check you, give you counsel. Or it might be a brother that's over you, come into the truth, you 40, 50. It might be a brother that's 20 something that's giving you counsel and telling you how to move. Are you gonna take heed? You got to. You know? So this thing of us is deep, man. It's deep and it's about love.
That's right.
All this goes back to love, ultimately. That's why it says love the brotherhood. It all goes back to love and respect. That's why it says honor all men and love the brotherhood. It goes back to love and respect. You gotta see each man, you should see Yahweh each man.
Right.
Alright? Have respect for one another. We men. And not only are we men, we're men that have been taken out of this world and given this marvelous light. So we have to carry ourselves accordingly.
That's right.
You know? And we're talking to ourselves first and foremost. I'm talking to myself first and foremost. Alright? This is the book of,
I'll read it for you.
sorry, yeah, 1 Samuel 15, book stuff.
This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 22. And Samuel said, had the Lord Yahweh as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord Yahweh? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams.
Right, and if you can just stop there right quick, so let's break this down. Alright, Samuel was basically telling, Saul, I believe he was talking to Saul in this chapter. Samuel's basically saying obedience is better than sacrifice, man. You being obedient to the Lord, you being obedient to the Spirit, alright? It's better than sacrifice. If you listen to the Lord, you listen to what the Lord is telling you, that's good, man. That's better than sacrifice. That's you showing obedience. That's you showing your fear to the Lord. That's you bowing down to the Lord. That's you going to the Lord with a meek and humble spirit. Okay? Keep going.
Verse 23. Oh, Salakia. Continuing on. Yeah, verse 23. 1 Samuel 15, 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord Yahweh, he hath also rejected thee from being king.
Okay, yeah, you're talking to Saul. You're talking to Saul. But currently, like it says, for rebellion is at the sin of witchcraft. You're not taking heed to counsel, and you want to do your own thing, that's a sense of, not a sin, that is rebellion. You're being rebellious. And and it says, that is as the sin of witchcraft, man. Moving like a witch. What is going to say? What is going to say? Suffer not a witch to live.
Yep.
It be individuals that we don't see go against the Lord and want to be rebellious. The Lord done judge them. Some cases, the Lord done took men out. Brothers done did videos about, I remember it was this one individual, I forget what camp he was in. Brothers was rebuking them and telling them stop doing certain things. And then one day, he just was on the road, and I think he was drunk. He got into a car accident. He ended up passing. He ended up dying. You know? So it gets real, man. It gets real. You don't want to piss the Lord off to a point that, okay, okay, it's about to get ugly. You know? Individuals don't want to listen to counsel. Now they end up in prison and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now when they in prison, now it's like, when they in jail, they're like, damn, bro, I should have listened to bro. Damn, I should have got right. It's real shit. They're not listening to counsel, now they getting fired and shit from their job.
Yep.
Yeah, I should listen. Your bill's coming up, you don't know how you gonna pay it. You're not listening to counsel, now you lost your career.
These things happen, man.
These things happen. These are things we done witnessed, we done heard about. That's why it's important to take heed to counsel. Listen when the Spirit is speaking. You know, not saying, oh, we're perfect. No, it's just that part of the time. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to slip up. But you got to get back up again. You got to do better.
That's right. That's
You know? Go ahead.
now I'm saying that's the whole goal, the whole mission is to keep moving forward. And you
You're moving forward.
won't slip, but the whole goal is to keep moving forward.
Yeah. Hey, when Yahweh Shah was here on the scene as Adam, right? He went against the counsel of the Lord. He went against the counsel of the Lord when Yahweh Shah was here as Adam. But when Yahweh Shah came back as Yahweh Shah, he corrected what he did as Adam, as King Solomon as well. You know, he made things right. All right? And ultimately, real soon, Yahweh Shah about to make this thing 100% right. All right? All through the Spirit of Yahweh Shah, of course. And when he come back and he comes to save us. In the new world, all right, well, the world, will be refreshed. And we start, a new time starts, a new age starts with Yahweh Shah, man.
Right.
You know? A new world, eon, So, yeah. But like it says in verse 23, for rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. So you don't want to be stubborn. Because you being stubborn, that's as iniquity. You're wicked, you're going off. In idolatry. Cease. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king. And that was King Saul. The Lord rejected him from being king. And read about King Saul. It was just downhill. Once he didn't listen to the counsel of the Lord, it was just downhill from there.
Yep.
Okay? So this is an example in the scriptures. You'll hear different brothers do videos and bring it out in their lessons about individuals that were around and they plugged out. Brothers telling them do this and 30 and listen, they got outed. And then it was just all downhill from there. Right? These things are scary, but it's beneficial that these things take place and they're talked about and these things are read in the scriptures. So it can move us, so we can be moved with fear, so we don't need to be like these individuals. These individuals were examples, all right, on how not to move. Okay? We're going to end off with this. You can read that Colossians 3. We're going to end off with this.
The book of Colossians chapter 3 verse 22. Servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service as men pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing the Most High.
Right. Colossians 2 and 23. Right. Servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh, man. Our masters, our apostles, our elders, the brothers, our bishops, our deacons, the men over us. Obey them. All right? Not with eye service as man pleasing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna just make sure I'm on point, right, brothers? When he's speaking, you got a demon on you. Cun every second. Chill, brother.
Sound like a dirt bike.
Right. You won't start already. Man, for eye service and man pleasing, but behind closed doors, you a complete demon, bruh.
And like the brother was saying, we don't see it with our own eyes.
Right.
An individual saying,
I said, I'm back you up. We ain't making this stuff up.
no, seeing it with our own eyes. Individuals say, "Con." He understand, and behind closed doors, doing just complete what the council said not to do. But the Lord exposed that individual. So, and if you're one of those that don't listen to counsel, the Lord is going to expose you. There's no way you can hide it. He's going to expose you.
Right. What the scripture say, what's done in the dark eventually will come to the light.
That's right.
So, if either you obey the counsel and obey what brothers tell you, get yourself together, let this be a warning through the spirit. Let this lesson be a warning through the spirit to you. And then you correct yourself, and if you don't correct yourself, hey man, the Lord gonna deal with you.
Yeah.
Once the Lord deal with you. It's better that you just take heed, because once the Lord get involved, please, bro, it gets bad. It gets bad. It gets very bad.
He knows how to get you. He knows you.
He knows how to get you. Exactly. Man. But it says, not with eye service as men pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing the Most High. So obey the masters according to the flesh, man. You know, but in singleness of heart, fearing the Most High, man. You know, fear the Lord. If you fear the Lord, you're gonna do that. You know, keep going.
Colossians 3:23, it says, "And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord, and not unto men."
So whatever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men. So Lord speaking to you, the Lord putting you on game through the Spirit, but the Lord's using a man to do that.
Right.
Take heed. Take heed. Okay, boom. Brother told me this cunt. Hey, this could be Spirit speaking to me. Let me take heed. That's you doing it heartily as to the Lord, man.
Mm-hmm.
As to men. You ain't one of those kind guys.
Don't be
Do it.
the dirt bike guys.
Man, don't be one of those dirt bike guys, man. Do it because you really fear the Lord. And you know he in charge. And you know that he can kill you. You know, he can take the spirit away from you. You know? Keep going.
Colossians 3:24, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of inheritance, for ye say the Lord Yahushua Mashiach.
Uh-huh.
But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done, and there is no respect of persons.
Right. So he that do wrong, you don't want to listen to counsel, you don't want to take heed, you want to continue in your wickedness, as the brother told you to correct yourself. That's you doing wrong. So guess what the Lord gonna do? He gonna receive for the wrong which you have done. Like you say, you reap what you sow.
And once again, we've seen it with our own eyes.
Right. You seen it. You seen it not too long ago. We done seen it. You know, other brothers, they'll tell you different stories about individuals. The apostles and the elders will tell you stories about individuals that were around them, that's no longer around. How they bugged out. How they wasn't listening. You know, Apostle Gabar said in one of his lessons that he did a couple months back, how Apostle Tahar called him about an individual and told him, I believe the individual is out. He's not a great millstone. Or the brother is, you know, turning his walking papers. Apostle Gabar said, yeah, it's just another day in the office. So you know they got experience. They done went through a whole lot of shit. You know? They don't be wanting to take heed. You know? But hey, brothers, don't be like those individuals. Take heed.
Listen,
Younger brothers, man, you've been into a couple months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever. Shit, we still young brothers. You know? Take heed to counsel. Take heed to what brothers are speaking to you. Take heed. Listen. Alright? Listen to what the Spirit's speaking to you. It's a lot of times where the Lord speaks to you through brothers. It's a lot of times the Lord may speak to you through a person in the world. You know? The Lord may use your mother, your father, your brother, your sister. You know? If you're in the Spirit, you gonna peep what's going on. It's about being spiritual. And what does Scripture say? If you walk in the Spirit, you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. You're gonna be locked in. So it's about being locked in. So yeah, that's that, man. That's that, man. Take heed to the Spirit. Take heed to the counsel of the Lord. And by you doing that, you shall not fail. You will not perish. You will be protected. You will be kept. There will be safety, man. Okay. So that's about it for the lesson. You know, that's it, man. Keep serving the Lord. You know, and take heed to the Lord, man. Like it says in verse 24 in Colossians 3, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance if ye serve the Lord, Yahweh Shai Mashiach. So serve the Lord, take heed to the Lord. And we're going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. We're going to inherit the promises. We're going to inherit and take place of the first resurrection, and not take part in the second death. And we continue to serve the Lord, and part of serving the Lord is listening to when the Lord is speaking to you through the Spirit. Listen to the counsel that's being given to you. Listen to the counsel that you're asking. Listen to the counsel that you're seeking, and you receive an answer and the counseling from advice. Even though you may not want that advice, you may not want to go about it. Still take heed, man. It ain't about you. Fuck your feelings. Do what's being said. Don't be rebellious. And we're talking to ourselves first and foremost. I'm talking to myself first and foremost. I don't want to be in that rebellious spirit. I don't ever want to be in that rebellious spirit. My brother tell me something, I'm like, I don't know. Fuck that. And we should all be in that spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it for this lesson, man. Anything you want to say off you?
And just take heed to counsel, bros. Baba Kuta. Fuck
Take
your
heed,
feelings.
bro.
You may feel salty after it. You may not have want to heard what you wanted to hear, but take heed to the counsel. We're speaking from
Right,
experience.
right. Take heed, take heed, take heed. Con. So hey, with that, we're going to end off. I give him all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone. The salutation to the sincere brothers and truth, and all true sincerity throughout the full corner of the earth, good at least. Shalom to you all. Shalom to you sisters that listen and believe as well. Shalom to you all. Shalom.
Shalom.